Hello guys, so today we will test the new Leopard 46. It's pretty chilly in Annapolis, but it's still beautiful.
So hello, we are sitting in a new Leopard 46 in front of Annapolis in the Chesapeake Bay, right behind Bay Bridge here, and we presented the boat at the Annapolis Boat Show. It's a world introduction of this new model. The 46 is a replacement of the Leopard 45, and in a few words, what we try to do here is first off we kind of change the accommodations a little bit. We found that the peak in the front of the boat were not used by the skippers, so we moved some of the accommodations forward, a little bit like the Leopard 50, where we have two companionway to the starboard side. So we can offer a 46-footer with 5 cabins, but also an owner's cabin plus 3 guest cabin, or an owner's cabin plus 2 guest cabin and a utility room. So that's one of the things that we try to do. We also have completely finished opening up the assembly, if you like, between the cockpit and the main salon. So we completely opened the cockpit to the main salon with a seamless transition between the two. Also, we offer electric drive on this boat, so you have the ability as an option to purchase the Leopard 46 with a large lithium battery pack, a electrical motor in the pod, and run the boat electric only. But also we provide a very large lithium battery pack that also helps running the boat. So you have this fantastic house battery. So everything on this boat can be inverted, including the air conditioning. So you can run the entire boat without starting the genset. And then there's been a whole lot of effort made to make the boat even more comfortable. We worked on indirect lighting. We also improved the helm seat with a larger, more comfortable helm seat that's a little bit lower. So instead of being on a footrest, you can rest your feet on the deck. We still have the lounge on this boat. The lounge has been moved forward because now we can house really nice 400-watt glass solar panels after the lounge. So before, a lot of owners were building an arch in the back of the boat. Now the boat is designed for it. So in the deck lid, we have housing to fit 4 400-watt panels for a total of 1600 watt, with the ability to add more panels on the roof with flexible, custom-shaped panels. We still have like DNA of Leopard, nice performance, even though you have volume inside, that is good. And also we replaced the acrylic windows with glass windows. So this is all glass. That's part of the Leopard DNA to offer fantastic view from inside here, 360-degree view, but it's a real crisper with having glass instead of acrylic. So that's like, I would say, the top 3-4 things that we tried to do on this boat.
Hello, my name is Alex Simonis. I'm the naval architect from Simonis Vogt Design and responsible for the design work on the Leopard 46 we're currently sailing in. The idea is to try and make it better than the previous one, which was a tall order, the Leopard 45, which this one replaces. is probably the all-time biggest success story to date from Robertson and Kane. And with this new 46, the bar was set higher in the sense that they wanted more space, more visibility all around, and they wanted to up the performance at the same time. So the structure of the boat is quite different than the previous models, which has allowed us to get this panoramic window sectioning. And then the rig has been increased by about 1.5 meters compared to the previous version. So overall, the light weather performance of this boat is marginally better than its predecessor, despite being bigger, more volumes, and a touch heavier. You know, like I started joking about this boat, like we in the past made power cats out of sailing cats, and now we've made a sailing cat out of a power cat, in the sense that you have this enormous luxury and this enormous volume and open feeling, you know, throughout the boat, what we achieved on the power cats. And we managed to do the same on the sailing cat, where obviously the loads are a lot higher because of the loads imposed by the rig. So that was a big challenge, but we managed it, and the result is a fantastic boat where you, wherever you sit, you're in touch with the ocean, and you can feel that you're sailing. It's like nearly like an open boat, but with the luxury of sitting inside.
Hi, I'm Shahil from Robertson and Kane, Research and Development, and I was part of the team that integrated the electric propulsion system into our boats. So on this boat we have a pod drive system. So it's two 25 kilowatt pods based under the boat, and they are powered by a one box, and the one box is the energy distribution center for the boat. So the batteries, the gensets, the solar, all of it feeds into the one box, and the one box decides where that power should be used. What's very unique in this boat is that we have a completely independent system in either hull. So port and starboard are completely independent systems, but they are also able to synchronize with each other. So within the one box we have inverters as well for the house. So each one box has a 6 kilowatt inverter in it, and they are able to combine. So effectively in the house we have 12 kilowatts of inverter power. We have 1.2 kilowatts of 12 volt power that's supplied by the one box. And each engine room we have two 27 kilowatt batteries, lithium iron phosphate LFP04 batteries. The system is it's designed for application, so it's a marine propulsion system that is designed for what it's used for. The batteries are fully IP rated, they're designed for marine use. The one box is a marine product. And as far as range extending goes, we have a 24 kilowatt Kohler genset, and that's used to extend our range. I think on this boat we have upwards of 800 nautical miles at 6 knots. And as your speed increases from your range goes down, if you lower your speed, the range does increase. This is the first production version of this boat, but it is not the first version of this boat that we put together. In selecting the propulsion system that we're using here, we built a prototype Leopard 45 where we trialed the system, and on that boat we saw about a 14% increase in range on the electric version versus the standard diesel. So it is a far more effective system, a far more efficient system, and you have a lot more robustness naturally built into it.